Hello, and thank you for tuning into this week's Mayor's Update. As always, we have a lot of important information to share with you here this week, so please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, relatives, and anyone else who you think might find this information helpful over the course of the coming week. This past week, we had a very successful COVID-19 rapid test distribution day at the Polish American Citizens Club. And I want to thank everyone who was involved in getting the organization put together, as well as who showed up to pick up those free COVID tests. These tests were all purchased by the federal government's rescue plan that the different towns who participated received, commonly referred to as the ARPA fund. So if you hear that in the news, that's what helped make this possible. For those of you who may not remember what we talked about in the last update regarding to this, Gardner reached out to 13 area communities to do a bulk order of these rapid tests to help alleviate what Haywood Hospital and the Community Health Center were seeing with the massive amounts of testing that they were looking at. And while our cases are dropping in Worcester County, which is great to hear, it's nice to see that we are doing what we can to make sure that the community and the region have the resources that they need to be successful. Gardner, Westminster, and Athol did our joint distribution that day, and we gave out just about 50,000 tests, where the other towns that participated bought their tests from the city in our bulk order that we did and are now organizing their own distributions as they see fit. If you are looking to see if your town participated or not, or what towns participated, please see the city's website and Facebook page for more information. We do have some leftover test kits like this, and again, there are 2 tests per kit. These are being given out, again, free of charge to the individuals who show up in the Board of Health in our City Hall in the basement level. So if you were not able to make it to that distribution, you can go to the Board of Health downstairs and get your testing that way. We are also working on planning a second distribution day for the Saturday at the end of February vacation for anyone who'd like to receive some tests at that point as well. I want to thank Representatives Lotnick, Representative Whips, and Representative Ferguson, as well as Senator Goby for helping us really get that regional effort out there and getting the other towns involved. And again, as we have those next distribution days, we'll be sure to get that information out there for the public. But if you need those in the meantime, you can go to the Board of Health downstairs in City Hall. I want to extend my condolences and condolences on behalf of the city to the family of Mr. Don Lemieux, who passed away this past week. Don was a great coach for many years here in Gardner for the Gardner High School swim team and the Greenwood Memorial Swim Club, as well as was still an active employee of the city. He was our certified pool operator who helped make sure that the water testing and maintenance was done at the Greenwood Pool throughout the summer months. And he certainly will be missed. His services are this upcoming week. So we are looking at different ways we can honor Don for his services to our community here. In the meantime, the DPW is putting up a banner with Don's name on it at the pool location until we figure out a more permanent way to honor his legacy that he had here in Gardner. It's not many people who can say they trained an Olympic swimmer, let alone one who came home with a gold medal from right here in Gardner. So we do want to send our wishes to his family and thank Don for all of his years of service for us here in the Gardner community. We did have some snow this past week, and we do have some snow coming up soon. I want to thank Dougie Monroe from our DPW, one of our foremen, for taking me along as we plowed this past week. It was nice to see what our DPW do every time it snows firsthand and get that perspective. But we do want to remind people, please do be polite as the plows go by. I understand it can get frustrating when the plows go by, especially after you just finished shoveling your driveway. But we had an instance where a resident threw a shovel at one of the plows as they drove by, and the resident didn't get a shovel back because it got crushed under the plow. But we also don't want anyone damaging our city trucks or putting our truck drivers in danger as that happens. So please be patient. Understand that the roads need to be cleared just as often as your driveway needs to be cleared because of the safety of just the people and the general public. Also be patient just because we are down some members of our crew. Just like everywhere else, you're seeing a nationwide staffing shortages. We do have several open positions at our DPW as well. So please just be patient and know that we have to keep the roads safe, just like you have to keep your driveway cleared. So with that said too, the fire department has asked me to put a reminder out that if you do live near a fire hydrant, please do shovel out the hydrant if you are able to, with a 3-foot radius around that hydrant so that we can get to the hydrant if we need to. We don't want to be worrying in the event of a fire if we can get water to your home if there is an emergency there. We want to be more concerned that we can. So clear the snow around it so that we don't have to worry about the ifs and how long it's going to take. And it's just as an easy, quick response when that easy, quick response is absolutely necessary. So for those of you who have already done so, thank you very much. If you live near a hydrant that hasn't been cleared, please consider doing that there as well. We also do want to put a reminder out to the downtown businesses that there is a city ordinance in place that does say that you do need to clear, the property owners in the downtown need to clear the snow from the sidewalks within a certain feet that meets ADA compliance within 24 hours of when the snow falls. The city did issue a couple of tickets this past week and fines for those who did not clear those snow bankings from the middle. We are working with our DPW to take care of the edges of the sidewalk sometime next week, but it takes us about 48 hours to switch from the plowing material that pushes the snow to the snow clearing material that picks up the snow because we use the same equipment for both. So please be patient with us there. We're hoping to get to that some point late next week. But we are getting ready for the other snow that we're expecting this upcoming weekend. So it might be a couple days before we can get to that, but at least if we can get the main aisle cleared in the sidewalks in the downtown, that's what we're looking for with that ordinance. Excise tax bills will be being mailed soon by the city treasurer's office. There have been a couple issues in the past where the envelopes have been returned to the city treasurer's office due to issues with the addresses that we have on file. And the city clerk has asked me to put a reminder out that if we don't have your correct address on file, the bills are going to have some issues coming out, and you don't want to have any of those late fees associated with anything. So please do keep an eye out to make sure you receive your excise tax bill. And if you don't receive it within the next 2 weeks, contact the city treasurer's office to make sure that your address is correct, and you can get that without any fines or penalties being weighed by the city treasurer's office at that time. And then we're going to close today by letting everyone know that we just completed our next round of our Rockwell grants from the William Rockwell Educational Gift Fund. We were able to give out just over $99,000 to the schools this year, which is in its 6th year of existence here. That puts us at a total of $548,000 that we've been able to give back to our students because of the way this gift fund was set up, through the interest and the gains that have been made on the sale of Willie Gillis and Convoy, that Rockwell painting that hung at Gardner High School for several years. So to give out over $500,000 in less than a decade into our school system is great. If you look at some of the grants that we're giving out this year, it's new art display cases so that we can start hosting art shows for what our students have made. It's a book vending machine for the new elementary school where students can go up and actually, like you can get a candy bar out of a vending machine, get an actual book that they can own and take home. With teachers being able to also give out tokens for students for good behavior to go get a book out of the vending machine. It's ways to not only reinforce the importance of learning how to read at a younger age, but also incentivize it for students for good behavior in the classroom, getting good grades and things of that nature. But it's also not exclusive to those tokens. Students can go and get those on their own too. Eliminating user fees for students who have free and reduced lunch, who want to participate in our sports programs. For the upcoming season. There's so much that was given out in $99,000 worth of grants. So I want to thank the trustees and thank all our students and teachers for reaching out with those applications so that we can help give our students an improved experience in Gardner Public Schools, and I'm looking forward to seeing the benefits that those programs are going to offer in the upcoming years. However, that concludes this week's update. As always, if you have any questions based on any of what we've talked about, you can contact my office at any time. Try to remember to stay safe on those snowstorms, get out the roads, sign up for Code Red so you can know when our parking bans are in place, and just enjoy what we have to offer here in the city in the meantime. I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Thank you very much and have a good day.